Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello friends, let me introduce myself. My name is Firmaya Agustina. You can call me Maya. I'm from Kelas PAI E. Here I will explain about moral power and building the child's moral. We know moral upbringing is the spirit of the Islamic upbringing, and that the spiritual and worship related is inseparable from the moral side. This meaning is previously we had to know that in developing child's behavior, then you have to teach him the tasks that he has to do, and you have to be a role model for the child, because we understand that children will not learn to be honest except from honest educator. I will set a bad example that should not have been done. So, if the father doesn't want to talk to the caller, then give his son a phone call and say to him, "Tell the caller that I'm not here." This is example of teaching a child to lie. Therefore, we must understand is moral parenting is important, because it's important to take care of all things related to the child, because he needs physical, mental, spiritual, and academic strength. Islam teach good morality according to the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the peak of morality and the best way to the noble morals. We know in the Quran, Surah Al-Anfal, verse 4, the Prophet of Muhammad is the noble attitude in harmony, integration, and structure. We are progressing to the stage of moral development of child. Previously, the development of human morals began from beginning of their life until the age of adulthood. In the Quran and Hadith narrate Abu Hurairah, every human being is born with a sound innate inclination to the truth, yet it's his parents who convert him to Judaism, Christianity, or Paganism. Through the Hadith, you can know that human beings are born with a natural tendency towards goodness and the environment to shape the children's person. And also, proper parenting helps to grow perfectly. So, moral development can be divided into 3 stages. 1. The early childhood stage. 2. The middle stage. 3. And the adult stage. Next, we'll learn about the first stage of moral development. In this first stage of children's life, during early childhood, and this stage, the child's instincts, need, and inclination control him. These things need to be satisfied to help him lead a stable and happy life. Parents at this stage should not give the child an moral responsibility for his action, attitudes, pattern of behavior, emotion, and reaction, because the child is incapable of distinguishing, understanding, and making sound judgment. They should treat him with mercy, kindness, gentleness, and tolerance. The Prophet Muhammad exemplified not to give children responsibility for their action because they have not reached the age of differences and wisdom. This can be seen from the hadith narrated by Abu Qatadah. The Prophet Muhammad came out while Umamah bin Abu al-As was on his shoulder. Whenever we pulled, he would put her down, and when he stood, he would lift her. And the second stage. In the second stage of child's life, the stage of middle and late childhood, the child's social relationship and contact with others in the neighbor, school, and social relationship expand. And he needs to adapt well to the situation and new attitudes in his life. To form good behavior, they must create a balance between the desires and desires of others. In that way, the characteristic of the child's moral responsibility appear. In this stage, the child has a tendency to imitate, so we must treat the tendency with kindness. Next, the third stage. At this stage, which is the stage of puberty and adolescence, moral development begins to take root and be firm. It culminates as mental, psychological, and social maturity is completed. After that, the child is able to control his inclination and motivities and subject himself to the sublime ideals that he instilled and implanted within himself and made it a criterion for his moral and behavioral action. So, it can be concluded that to develop the moral of children, we must be correct educator, so that in every development of the child, we can continue to pay attention and take care of the child so that it makes the child have noble value in accordance with the value of Islamic value. That's all I can say. Hopefully useful for all of you. Thanks. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.